Dear friends, welcome back with another machine on the Van Hub, which is 64 base 1. The link will be added into the description section below so that you can download and play the machine. This machine, from my point of view, is very, very typical CTF-like machine, which involves so many very useful and important pen testing techniques, such as encoding and decoding and cracking. So there will be a lot to take in this video. Before we go ahead, if you don't mind, please subscribe to my channel and leave a like below. You're greatly appreciated. So enough talk, let's just get started. We can switch over to the Kali Linux VM. First of all, we need to discover the IP address of the target. The utility I'd like to use, as always, would be netdiscover. As you can see over here, the IP address of a target could be recognized as 187, and we can note down such information to our notebook. Target machine. Okay, let's move forward. So what shall we do next? We need to do the port and self-scanning with a map. To save time of this video, I've already completed before. So for now, we just get out its result. As you can see over here, I used options like SceneScan, the version scan, the default script scan, followed by the -P- to do the full range port scan. The last option for all is ON to output the result into this file. So from the map scanning, we can tell that the target has two open port numbers. The first one is 80, which is running HTTP service, and also the version information, Apache 2. And also the default script scanning tell us the target has robots file available, and which contains 429 disallowed entries. So there will be a lot to go through. Okay, we can use Python, or we can use some utilities to help us to enumerate. And then the second one is a very high port number. So very important to put this option of -P-. Otherwise, this port number cannot discovered successfully. Okay, and although this version is a bit old, but I don't think we can find any vulnerability except the username enumeration vulnerability, which is not what we want at this moment. So what do we have to do next? We need to do enumeration, with web application. Okay, both manually and automatically. Let's fire up the browser to do the manual enumeration first. Press enter, and we got this side back. And immediately we found this message. And as the name of the machine implies, I think this should be encoded by base 64. And we can copy, and to decode, we can use echo. And to decode, we got the decoded message. So I think the message is telling us we need to view source of this page. Of course, without such a message or hint, we will look into the source. Okay, because this is the methodology. We can view the page source, and we can scroll down, and we got this message, this comment, and it looks like this is the encoded, or this is the hexadecimal data, and we can copy. You can use subchef to decode. Alternatively, we can use the terminal or commands to do that. And this is what I'm going to do now. We can echo, and we can tunnel to XD with R option the convert to the convert from the hexadecimal to the text, and also we can print. And as you can see, we got the message, and the output is still encoded. So we can tunnel to base 64, and we got the first flag. Very easy. We can copy and put over here the flags. And here, inside this flag, we got encoded message again. We can copy and to decode. And then we can got the output. It looks like this is the credential, right? We can copy and note down to our notebook. So this is possible credentials. So where to use? Maybe these credentials are used by the SSH. Let's try it now. We can, and this should be the username, 64 base. And also we need to put the port number. Sorry. We can cut out the map again, because this port number is very difficult to remember. And we need to provide the password. We can copy it from notebook. Paste in here. This doesn't work. Okay, no problem. So we just put this credential aside for a while. In the future, for most possibility, we need this information. Okay, and now what shall we do? We need to go back to the site to explore the site again, and about post a dark lot must explore. And here we got something important to use system instead or exec to run the secret 5xh377 and only respond if you are real Imperial class bounty hunter. Sorry, we can copy. But at this moment, we do not know what it means. Okay, and so the info, and also another information is we need to use system rather than instead of. This should be the function of a PHP, right? The PHP has functions of a system or exec. Okay, so this just hints left by the author. In the future, I think we need such information, but for now, we can go on. Okay, we put it aside for a while. So the contact, nothing. And the next, we can start automatic enumeration. Okay, because we have already completed a lot of entries just I mentioned in the stage of the map. So I think we can access this file, and we can copy and download. Okay, and we need to, because of course there are so many entries there, we cannot enumerate directories one by one manually. And to automate this process, or to fit this word list to the utilities, for example, to some tools, we need to do some processing. For example, this line, we need to remove it. And also we need to remove this disallow. We just want to extract the latter part of each line. Okay, so we can grep disallow, And also we can tunnel to AWK to extract the second column. Okay, and we can call it like there's dictionary. Okay, and we can cut out this file. It looks like it's good. We are doing well. So next, I think we can use the GoBuster to do the directory enumeration, right? And the word list, this time we want to use this, generated word list. And press enter. A lot of output. And we just focus on some unusual output or result. I think this one, the mean, the status is 401. And the other response, although the status code is 200, however, the size of the response is 0. In other words, we cannot get anything from this directory. Okay, so I think we have already found the directory, from robots file. Okay, which is admin. So now we need to access this directory. However, we are required to provide the credentials. So maybe now we can use this credential and copy the password and paste in here, sign in. However, this still doesn't work. Very weird, right? So how to do? We didn't do the directory enumeration with the normal word list, right? So this is what I'm going to do now. Share word list, GoBuster directory, extension option, press enter. A lot of output, right? However, all of status, the status code of almost every directory or every response is 301. So I think this is the wrong direction. To be honest, when I did the machine, I was a bit lost. Actually, we need to create a new word list, and this word list would be fit to make directory enumeration. Not we shouldn't be using the normal word list like a GoBuster word list, and I like to do now, so we can and we can use the option, the R recursively, and we can output to like web out. Okay, and we can cut out this file, and then we can use another utility, HTML2 dictionary, and web, and to, for example, like we can call it the directory. This is another dictionary. We can press enter, and now we can cut out this file, and then we can launch the directory enumeration again. Or we can use GoBuster, which doesn't matter. And our custom dictionary. Or maybe we can use the GoBuster. And press enter. A lot of output. Then I think we can, we can put some filter like 301. And also we need to put the exclude lens. Press enter. Also we need to put another filter 404 to see whether we can get, as you can see, we get another directory. Okay, this is what we want. And then we can copy. Maybe we can note it down to our notebook. Found directory. Sorry, from a custom word list. Okay, so now we can access this directory. Press enter. This time we are required to supply the credentials again. And next, I think we can try to use this information again to see whether this time such a credential can work or not. Sign in. We got a different page back. So error, incorrect path to the darker site. So what it means, we need to check its source code. And here there is one comment. Do not forget the bounty hunter login. So this would be the directory. We can put this one in the end. Press enter. And as you can see, we need to log in again. And then we can use the same credentials to see whether it works or not. Base 64. Login. It doesn't work. However, we are redirected to another page. Very interesting. Okay. And also we can try to use admin and admin to log in, which doesn't work either. And we can use the login bypass technique. Doesn't work. Interesting. All right, as usual, we need to check its source code. We got another comment, basic token. And I think this should be hexadecimal data again. And also you can notice other two, strings. And this should be also in the form of hexadecimal. And maybe, we need to combine three things. If you not, for example, if we just decode this part, echo, and we can tunnel to invalid input. It means that maybe the data is not complete. So I will combine all three strings. And the second string. And the last one. After all, this machine is centering around base 64, right? some sort of encoding, we can copy it again. And then we can echo. And to tunnel XXD, with option of R to convert to the text, and P, and we can tunnel to big64 to decode. We got the second flag. Fantastic, right? It means that we are on the right way to the destination. And inside the second flag, we need to decode the message again. Oh, I think we can copy this part. We can copy and decode base 64, and we got this link to the YouTube. We can copy and open link. Maybe my virtual machine is not very good. We can, okay, it's loading. Very slow. Have a problem. Maybe we can go to my host machine. I can copy this link. Copy link and put over here. So if you want, you can watch the video, but I'm not going to do. So from the title of this video, we can tell that maybe the next flag has something to do with the Burp Suite. Okay. So where to use Burp Suite? Just now, this login page is a bit weird, right? So we can now utilize the Burp Suite, which should combine with the proxy. And we can set to Burp to analyze what's going on at the background. We can launch Burp Suite. Make sure the proxy, the intercept option is on, and then we can put anything like admin or password, login, and Burp Suite intercepts this request, and we can send or intercept the request and also intercept response of this request, and then forward. As you can see, we forward this request to the destination, and we got the third flag. Okay, so I think now you can realize the power of the Burp Suite. Even, because sometimes the request and response are not straightforward for us to understand, to see. Okay, so we need to utilize the Burp Suite to analyze the request and both requests and the responses. Okay, and we can put over here the third flag, and also as before, we need to decode the inside message. We can echo. Base 64, and we got this should be another link we can copy. Are you familiar with this one? EXEC, execute. Do you remember that during the menu stage we got something? So we need to use system instead of execute. Only respond with your real Imperial class bounty hunter. Okay, maybe we can close up the Burp Suite to save the resource and also disable the proxy. And now we can copy this. Maybe we can ignore this part. We just copy this parameter, or maybe we can copy this one. And then we can hit enter. So command shell, nothing. Okay, just accept this 64-base command shell. But the command ID is not executed as we expected. So what we have to do, we can change the execute to another function system. Okay, and now press enter. As you can see, we got the command executed successfully. And even the command, as you can see over here, and then this should be the false flag. Okay, we can paste over here, and then we can decode this message. Decode. Okay, I think now we have already got the another or other credential we can copy and put over here. So this time, this should be the username, right, as this one. This time we can use this credential to SSH to the target again. And we can SSH, and we can copy this password. But this doesn't work either. Really weird. You know, I think this should be the most difficult part if you cannot think of this way. As a matter of fact, we need to encode this password. We can echo and base 64, and this should be the correct password. We can copy. So now we can SSH to the target again. It does work, right? However, we are in restrict bash. Oh, we got very funny lame. We can cut out this. Oh, cat will. I cannot use tab. Interesting. We can cat, and then we can copy. However, we cannot run anything, right? So maybe we can change the. Can we run the cat? The bin bash? Oh, cannot specify the slash. Can we run environmental command? Can we echo the path? Can we echo? Oh, we can run a WK big64. Interesting. Okay. big64 can run, the cat can run. The Python. So can we use the Python to spawn a new shell? I'm not sure about it. Reverse shell Python. And then we can open up this link. And then we can scroll down to copy this command. Put over here. And we can change this IP address to our Kali Linux. Okay. And also I'd like to change port number to 555. And then we can copy and paste over here. Before I hit enter, I have to set up the listener. All right. We can press enter. But we didn't get any collection from the target. It means that this way cannot work. Interesting. However, we found this very weird binary. So let's run it to see what it's about. Interesting. A lot of characters falling down to the bottom. We can Control C. This time, we can navigate. Very weird, right? So now we need to do some local enumeration. For example, like make lateral movement, but nothing there. So next we need to go to navigate across some, okay. Axonema, but nothing there. Go to the var. Go to the www or backups. Nothing there. Go to www directory. Go to HTML directory. Oh, very funny. So many directories. Really weird. Can we use tunnel? More? We cannot use more. Interesting. Oh, we found this directory. Maybe we can go into this directory. Go to the second directory. Oh, we got the flag. Wonderful. We can get the 5th flag. So many flags to retrieve. And also, we need to decode. We need to decode this message to get the hint for the next flag. So look inside. Oh. So I think this should be the hint. Look inside. Interesting. We can use a file flag. So this is not, actually this is the file. This should be the file name. And the file itself is the picture JPEG image data. And also we can get the comment. Great. And this is the hexadecimal again. No problem. You can use the same way to decode. We need to decode again. So begin. Actually, this should be, I think this picture has private key data. But now we just got the first line of this private key. So how to do? We can use strings, flag, and we can tunnel to, the head. As you can see, now we can get the complete data. Oh, sorry. What I'm doing, we can copy. Maybe I have a problem with the virtual machine. Do I have to restart the machine? I cannot copy. Interesting. Maybe I need to, we need to exit. And we can copy the password again. But my Linux has a problem. Terrible. I need to sort it out first. I will come back. See you there. Okay, I'll come back. After I restarted my Linux, then we can go on. As you can see, we got the header data, and this data should be private key. We can copy and we can decode. Press enter. Then this should be the private key. We can copy. And then we can change the mode, the private key, and we can log in to the with root user. Sorry, I even cannot remember the port number. We can copy. Private key. We need to provide the passphrase for the private key. This would be very easy for us. We just convert this private key to hashes, and then we can use John the Ripper to crack it. Because I've already cracked it before, so now we can use the show option to display the hashes. And so this should be the passphrase, the private key. We can copy. However, we got the error, no mutual signature supported. We can copy. I think this error is caused by, the talking machine, a bit old machine. We can paste over here, and we can put the option. Which option? Yeah, this option. We can set it to the RSA to avoid this error. Oh, what I'm doing? We can copy this option, paste in here, and the passphrase for the private key. Okay, and then we can get the 6 flag. Okay, and do we need to decode? We can echo. We can tunnel to base 64. Interesting. XD. Very funny. And then we can get, so this, we need to run this one? I'm not sure about it. So this should be the final flag. Okay. So I think that's pretty much it. Because we have really got the privileged shell and also, get the sixth flag. So how many flags do we have? Yeah, the six flags to connect what we have already done, okay, successfully. So see you in the next one. Bye. Have a nice day, please.